He's gonna beat his fucking ass. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. He's gonna fight back. So.
Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we will be talking to you about Mike Tyson responding to Logan Paul, calling him out. But before we get into it, make sure to like the video as it really helps out the channel. Let's get right into the video as there is a lot to cover. The boxing exploits of YouTube star brothers Logan Paul and Jake Paul continue to polarize and provoke the fight fan community, and Logan Paul's recent podcast comments will be sure to irk many. Logan Paul, on his podcast, has hinted that Mike Tyson could be his next ring target after the star YouTuber survived 8 rounds with Floyd Money Mayweather earlier this month. The streaming celebrity, who had only fought once before the fight with the American boxing icon, was not put down by Floyd Mayweather during their exhibition bout in a surprise outcome for the 26-year-old on June 6. Logan is now likely to continue his boxing career, and he claims that age would be on his side if he took on Tyson, who turns 55 at the end of this month. Logan Paul is doing his best to filter the world of boxing to land himself with the biggest paydays he can find, and is coming off a massive fight with undefeated boxing legend Money Mayweather. The YouTube star claimed a moral victory recently by taking Mayweather for the full 8-round distance in their exhibition bout. And it has given Logan the confidence to thoughtfully share the ring with one of boxing's most feared punchers. While the match was only an 8-round exhibition, Logan still managed to land some shots and surprisingly lasted the entire bout of the fight opposite Floyd. He clearly lost the match, but walked away a lucrative winner, as the pay-per-view showdown brought in over 1 million buys. With Floyd in his rearview, Logan is now searching high and low for his next opponent. To this point, Logan has been selectively smart with his fight selection. Floyd is a far superior fighter, but he weighed in nearly 30 pounds, less than Logan before their bout. He may have held back a little bit and carried the social media celebrity for all 8 rounds, but Logan did not look out of place. Unfortunately, Logan's time inside of the boxing ring may be limited as it depends on who he competes against next. And considering the 26-year-old social star is already talking about a potential fight with former heavyweight champ Mike Tyson, there's a good possibility that he doesn't stick around for too much longer. That's because Mike Tyson would absolutely mop the floor with Logan Paul, right? So, how did Mike Tyson respond to Logan Paul, calling him out? Keep watching the video, and don't miss the end. You'll be amazed by Mike Tyson's reaction. On June 18th, Friday, a footage of Logan Paul, claiming that he would be able to defeat Mike Tyson on his podcast, had resurfaced on the internet. This is coming a week after his fight with Floyd Mayweather on June 6th, which had an undeclared winner. The YouTuber-turned-boxer is well known for his adventurous videos, as well as his multiple scandalous feats, including his brother Jake Paul. Starting the Impulsive podcast in 2018 and joining YouTube in 2013, Paul then ventured off into boxing in 2019, losing his first match against YouTuber KSI. Logan has become ballsy when commenting on possible future opponents, despite having boxed Floyd Mayweather for his second fight ever. Logan Paul, in the latest episode of his Impulsive podcast, confidently claimed that he could go head-to-head in the ring with a 54-year-old boxing retiree like Tyson. The YouTube star began by expressing his need to box Mike Tyson, while mentioning that his lawyer was opposed to the idea. "My lawyer mentioned it, and he's like, no, Tyson will rip your head off. You don't stand a chance." Logan Paul then continued by playing with the idea. "Given the professional fighter's age, you can't tell me I can't beat Mike Tyson. Bro, he's old." Jake Paul then reassured his sibling. "You did better than Conor McGregor against Floyd Mayweather." Jake is 3-0 in boxing with wins over 3 non-fighters in their respective professional debuts, namely streamer and YouTuber KSI, Nate Robinson, former NBA player, and Ben Askren, the ex-UFC star. When asked about a potential bout against the YouTuber, Mike Tyson dismissed any intention to fight the elder brother, saying, "No, I love those guys." Fans are trolling Logan Paul for needing to be humbled. Fans took to Twitter to troll him for claiming that he could beat Tyson, who is a more experienced and legendary professional boxer in comparison. Given that boxing events have made the brothers millions of dollars, some fans even commented that both the Paul brothers only fought old and retired boxers just to use them as their cash cow. The legendary heavyweight had told Paul that he would be brutally beaten by Mayweather, but has changed his tune after the YouTuber went the distance. Mike Tyson has praised Logan Paul's performance against Floyd Mayweather, telling the YouTube star, "I was wrong." And despite having told Paul he would be brutalized by Mayweather, Tyson has now changed his tune and in a FaceTime call with the U2 star recorded by ES News on YouTube, he excitedly heaped praise on the 26-year-old. "You kicked his ass." Tyson said in the recorded phone call, "You're bad, I was wrong. I'm proud of you. You kicked ass, I'm proud of you. Everybody's talking about you, you're the man. You went 8 rounds with the greatest of all times. I was telling people they don't want to try that shat. You got in with those punches." Paul admitted that Mayweather was quick on the call before handing the phone over to his mother Pam Stepnick, who grew up watching Tyson's legendary heavyweight title run. Tyson also made a prediction for the next fight involving a Paul brother, telling Logan that his younger sibling Jake was going to stop Tyron Woodley on August 28. Isn't this interesting? Keep watching further for more facts on this scenario. Mike is undoubtedly old and well past his prime, but Iron Mike, inside of the ring, is still a very dangerous fighter. Last year, Iron Mike stunned the world when he announced his plans to make a comeback after being retired for 15 years. He returned to the ring after completing a stunning body transformation against Roy Jones Jr. in November over 8 rounds. Tyson landed some of his trademark left hooks to the head and body and was full of aggression throughout. Tyson was able to show off sharp angle changes despite his age, but as he plodded around the ring, his footwork was clearly not what it used to be. He was the stronger man against Roy, but at times, he struggled with the speed coming back at him, something Logan Paul would definitely take confidence from. He seemed ineffective in the clinch, as Logan Paul was regularly tying Floyd up when he was forced to survive. Though Tyson's return ended in a draw, after such a long time out of action, the American boxing icon promised to improve on his skills and performance next time. He said, "I felt really good. I felt confident. I felt that I could do it again. It'll be better this time." Logan, on the other hand, first boxed in 2018 in a white-collar bout with online rival KSI, which too ended in a draw. They controversially turned professional a year later, and KSI emerged as the winner by scrappy split decision. Logan Paul showed a degree of boxing know-how with a respectable jab and counter uppercut, but a 2-point deduction for hitting and holding cost him the result. He clearly improved in a 2 years since after continuing to dedicate himself to practice, but in reality is still a newbie. Floyd, however, wasn't able to score what many predicted was a guaranteed KO and failed to overcome the 2-stone-size advantage. Still, Logan displayed a good jab to keep the distance, and he even landed very rare shots on his legendary opponent. Also, he showed a good engine to fight until the end impressively against one of the sport's most gifted fighters. It can't be predicted whether Logan could do the same against the likes of Mike, who is comparatively heavier and more powerful than Mayweather. It is unknown at this moment if there are any serious talks being had between Team Tyson and Team Paul, but it would be a massive matchup. Considering the current shift in combat sports, especially boxing that favors circus fights over real competition, there's a chance Logan vs. Mike does more than 1 million PPV buys. Do you think this match will happen? You know what to do. See you in the comment section. We hope you enjoyed the video. Consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you soon.